Hello everybody, welcome again. Today we're joined by Jared, who just went 4 undefeated at Shuffle and Cut. Jared, tell us what you're playing, what your matchups were like, and which you found hardest.
Yeah, so I was playing Green Kid today. I've been playing this since OP4.5. Matchups today, I played a yellow Yamato and I went second with the dice roll. Curved really well, was really lucky with the Nami searches. Second game, played a Green Purple Dofi film. He was playing the Testro variant, so kind of like with the 10 drop Dofi, not the new variant you kind of see with the 3 cost event that plays 6k counter in the vanilla. Got to go. Can't remember if I went first or second in that one. I'm pretty sure I went second. But yeah, still went well, I think, as well. It was a bit slow. He didn't see his like kind of top card, so it was pretty good. Last match as well, Grape Dofi. Also went second and kind of had really good curve and saw my 10 cost Dofis at the end. And yeah.
Very good. Let's get straight into it. Let's see what your list is.
Alright, so pretty standard film core. So we have our 4 Namis.
Yes.
So this is kind of self-explanatory. If you play film, if you've played against it, it's just really good for keeping you in a game.
Yep.
We got 4 Usopp, and then we have 4 Brook.
Pretty standard core package.
Yeah,
yep.
So I know a lot of people kind of cut down on the Usopp generally. I still really like it just because I find it really consistent to just have a turn 1 play or turn 2 play when you go first. And just having a change sometimes, like with your Luffy drop, is just really good. Then Zoro as well, we got 4 Zoros. Kind of just like no really like explanation needed for that. And then, so I'm only running 3 Luffys.
Yes.
So I've cut one of the Luffys. I find generally they brick quite a lot, and there's not a lot of times where I really play that many. Most games I play 2 at most. If anything, I just play 1. And then we, of course, have the 4 Choppers. And then I guess this is kind of where it makes it a bit different compared to other filmers. So I'm running 4 Frankies. So the reason I'm running 4 Frankies is because generally I think what people do is they only run 2, maybe 1 or 3, and then they run some Bartos. So what I found is that Barto's a really good card, but the issue is it's kind of slow and it slows down the kind of playstyle I want to be playing my kid. So what happens is I don't really end up playing Barto early at all because I'd rather play something else with the Brook. So I play like an Usopp or a Nami, or I'd rather play a Zoro, for example, than like a Brook with a Barto. And so Barto only actually gets played on the second Luffy drop to restand the previous Luffy. And so I just found that having a consistent 5 drop is just really good in general. It's a very solid stat line and extremely good into film. Explained to my previous opponent that it's really difficult if you play film to kind of invest the Don to swing into a 7k body. A lot of your bodies are 5k, and just that 2 extra Don you're committing is just kind of difficult to invest. So yeah, that's it for the film package. So I'll just quickly clean these up, just move them aside.
Beautiful film
Yeah,
package.
thank you.
Perfectly well today. So there you go, the film master himself.
Sweet. And then we got our Supernova package. So the ratios are a bit strange. They're purely because I just like the number. So I run 3 of all my Supernovas.
Okay.
So we got 3 Bonnies. I didn't run this for a while because I just kind of find that it's kind of difficult because I don't really have time or space to play it. Film's very Don demanding in terms of 2 Don, you kind of want to play your Bonnie. 4 Don, you want to play a Chain or a Zoro, depending on the matchup. 6 Don, you kind of want to play another Chain, maybe a Frankie, and then an X-Drake, which I play as well. So it's kind of difficult to play it, and there's a lot of times where it's just, I don't really want to be searching for a card in general when I'm on my curve, because that generally just means I'm losing anyway. But it's just, I found that, especially because there's so much film at the moment, I kind of needed to see certain key cards, the first of which being 3 Beige. So people play quite a few blockers, so generally the Beige or the Killer. So Killer's a great card because it has counter, it doesn't really brick, but the thing that's special with film is, if you go second, there's a lot of times we have the extra Don on your curve to search with Nami. And so what happens is, if Nami gets removed early, you actually can just play the Beige instead. So for example, if you have 4 Don, you can kind of play your Nami and search. Next turn, you have 5 or 6 Don, so you can search with Nami, play a 4 drop Chain, and you can play a Beige. So he's just really easy to fit in a lot of places. Even on your 8 Don turn, when you drop Luffy, you can drop Luffy, full Chain, or Zoro, and then fit that Beige in again. It's just really nice. So you run 3 Poo. I think a lot of people run 3 of the Izos instead, and then 4 Poos. Again, I just like the 3-3. It just looks nicer. Yeah, just a generic 2k. I don't really play this too much. And then X-Drake, this card honestly is a game winner. This card straight up I think just wins you games in yellow. So if you go first in a lot of yellow games and their first life tends to be trigger, it kind of just wins you the game. Because they're discarding a card to play a card. They get 1 attack in, which is fine because you generally want the life anyway to get your chains up. So just K'ing that card for 1 Don essentially, because you're playing a 4k or 4 cost 6k body. It's just like fantastic. So it's just too good. And then we have 3 Gibson. This card as well, I keep changing the ratios and just coming back, and it's a love-hate relationship. It's really difficult. Trigger is a game winner. I just found that, again, it's kind of similar to the Bonnie where I don't really want to have to leave up Don for the Gibson. It's kind of a situation where it's very end game, or if I know I can't kind of survive the next turn, or I need to protect my Namis and my board, I need to play it. But a lot of the time, it's actually just used in an offensive manner. So I actually just use it to rest blockers. I don't really use it to stop attacks. So yeah, that's kind of for that. And then we have our 4 EZO. Again, this is the 2K you always get rid of last. This is a game-winning card again as well. Not really too much explanation needed. Just kind of rest your blockers. It wins you most games. And then, yeah, the big bad man himself, 10-cost Dofi. I was very concerned about this card at first as well. It kind of feels contradictory to what you're trying to do with Kit. You're kind of trying to build board, rush your opponent down as soon as you get to 10 Don. But then I've been speaking to quite a few other Kid Film players, and they mentioned that they find it actually is really good because what it does is it buys you another turn to swing, so it guarantees another 10k swing essentially, which is really nice. So yeah, that's kind of the list. I guess in terms of my personal favorite cards for the deck, I really like the X-Ray, the Beige, and just the 10 drop. It's just back to back, it just wins you games.
Awesome.
So yeah, sweet.
You heard it from the man himself. Some spicy take cards. Definitely try if you're playing Film Kit. Thank you again, Jarred.
Sweet, thank you.